There's my sunrise. It's not quite 6:30 yet, so this was my campsite for the night. Not much to it, just a flat spot. Bags all packed up.
It was one of those quiet mornings where everything felt still. No rush, no noise, just the trail, the dry grass, and the mountains slowly coming into view. The Arizona Trail has a way of making the mornings feel bigger than they are. You start walking, and before long, the day just opens up in front of you.
Getting a few morning views here. We've gone just over a mile now, and I'm descending down to a trailhead where there's supposed to be some caged water, which would be nice. I don't have to drink that poopy water. It's 8:30 in the morning. Just first climb up out of Canelo Pass. I think this is pretty much the only real climb today, and it's all downhill into Patagonia. So yeah, I've been cowboy camping the last 2 nights. It's gone pretty well. Last night was pretty windy, but yeah, I've been enjoying the cowboy camping. And the only thing, the moon is super bright. It's almost like somebody's shining a flashlight down on you. So I'm actually ended up sleeping with a shirt over my face both nights. But, enjoying it. The rest of the week looks fantastic. Got a nice breeze here today, so hopefully that keeps up. That'll keep the heat down. Here, I'll give you one more kind of look of what the area is like around Canelo. Heading down into the plains here. One of those mountains over there is Mount Micah. I think that might be it there. I think that's where I'm heading, but I'm not 100% sure. Everything out here wants to poke you. A couple people down on the trail down there. That's where I'm heading. Might be father and daughter that I ran into at Camelo Trailhead.
Every so often, the trail would give you something small to stop and look at. A cactus tucked beside the trail, old branches twisted by the weather, or a bit of color in an otherwise dry stretch of ground. That is one thing I really liked about this section. From a distance, it looks empty, but once you slow down, there is actually a lot going on.
No stakes tonight. They're pretty much picked over. Oh, another water supply. Looks like give you about the same results as the one yesterday. There's supposed to be a spigot here, and there's been some conflicting notes in the Far Out app of whether it's running or not. So I grabbed some extra water from Camelo, so I am good. Do not have to drink this today. And the cows are up here on the hill saying, "Move along, human." These look like prickly pear cactus. No fruit on them. Hiker up here ahead of me.
After so much dry ground, any sign of water stood out. Even a small pool or tank felt important in this kind of terrain. The whole landscape around it still looked dry, but the water gave the scene a different feeling. It makes you pay attention out here. Water, shade, wind, sun, all the small things matter more when you are walking through country like this.
So I just passed a caught tank. It was dry, so it wasn't dependent on it anyways. I already knew it was dry, so heading on up to the next tank that I think is supposed to have water in it. So And that tank is in just under 2 miles, so about an hour for me.
I do not know the full history of these places, but it felt like you were walking through layers of old ranch country, desert history, and abandoned places slowly being taken back by the landscape.
Old house of some sort. I do have some water here. Check and see if this is where my water source is. I tell you, on this trail, a person wouldn't want to have a fear of cow poop because it is everywhere. I think that might be where my water source is. I can hear it running. 12 miles in, just past the southern connector to go into Patagonia. That's where probably most of the people I've been hiking with this far will be going. This is called the pasture trick tank, and the last notes I read about it in the Far Out app says that there's a dead rabbit in it. So I'm gonna skip it. Well, this is the last big uphill for the day.
The trail worked its way through dry hills and open slopes, with mountains in the distance and not much shade around. It was the kind of hiking where the scenery is wide open, but you also feel how exposed you are.
So there's supposed to be a seep and a tank around here. And I can see the bright green trees, so that's telling me there's likely water around here someplace. So keep going, find the tank. Okay, I found the seep. So that is the lower one. And this is the higher one. And I'm thinking the higher one maybe looks a little better, but I'm really not sure. I'm gonna probably carry 5 liters out with me for this. And I'll be dry camping tonight, so. Yeah, so I'm carrying 5 liters out of here. I'm gonna camp. I'm gonna dry camp tonight, and my next water isn't for 17 miles, so it's gonna be my biggest water carry so far. Crossing underneath the highway at Patagonia.